chat
I think
talking
they're
about
ready.
the tier 2 boost for getting the feats of strength. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure that the bonus is just +5 movement speed on your boots. And then until you get your first 2 legendary items, you can't actually upgrade into tier
Yeah.
3.
I think support, if you have support item, you can upgrade on second. So once you've got one legendary, you can upgrade. I could be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure I noticed it not giving me the "you must have 2 legendary items" prompt when I played support. So
And here we are
not
getting
too
into
sure
the
on that, but
draft.
potentially.
The first ban that we're seeing is the Pantheon ban. We did see Pantheon come out maybe 2 or 3 times yesterday. Strong in the early game, we saw Pantheon players get a lot of solo kills in the first few minutes, getting that first blood for the feat of strength, and then snowballing the game out of proportion. We also see the Rise ban that's picked that showed up once. The team that picked it did lose, but the Rise did show some promise. Was able to roam around, get some kills, get fed. Trundle, we've seen that pretty much either picked or banned every game. Same thing with the Yorick. Azir is unique. I don't know if I've seen any Azir
Yeah,
presence so far. Maybe that's a scouting ban.
that is a scouting ban for sure. Same with the Darius, I think. Yeah, the Darius is on disbelief, and then the Azir is on clan. So we'll see how that impacts the game. Looking forward to how it's going. Jhin first pick. This is one of Disbelief's champions, and also could go on to Arlos. Both of them having very high mastery on Jhin. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
I don't know how Jim's gonna do in this format specifically. I don't think he's not too great at taking turrets or anything like that. But one advantage that Jin does have is that he is a great champion when it comes to neutralizing pretty much every other champion in the game. Jin is great at going 50-50, so if you're trying to look for that safe blind pick, that's a pretty good option.
Yeah, absolutely agree. The Dr. Mundo response going to be a little scary. Obviously, Jhin not the greatest into tanks and Wukong. If that follows, then this Jhin might not be favored in the damage department in this game. But I think another benefit is probably he can maybe push his wave, walk up the river a little bit, sneak a W into mid. I mean, he might be mid himself. He might throw Ws at bottom top. We'll see. Could maybe be useful as these long range roams while not losing too much CS. We'll see.
Camille, however, may be looking for a potential answer to the Dr. Mundo. I know that there's this sentiment that Camille is pretty good into tanks. The issue is that, Camille maybe not so good into tanks until you can actually finish your second, third item. At that point, it may be too late. I don't know how I feel about that one. Although with the Orianna coming in last, Camille Orianna is a very popular combo. If they lock it in, you can put the ball on the Camille. Camille's the ball delivery system for that big shockwave.
Yeah, seems they're listening as they immediately change their mind on Silas. But yeah, I'm interested in this Jhin Camille Oriana. I definitely think the Camille isn't going to be that useful into the tanks. And I mean, Mundo's just going to ignore the CC, right? So at least they can maybe follow up with Jhin afterwards. But who knows how it'll go. We'll have to find out. Syndra locked
Yeah,
in for Jamiqua.
just kind of that
Very,
Orianna
very
Syndra control
interesting.
mage handshake. I'm seeing
Yeah.
some issues already with Blue Side's draft. Mainly that Red Side has that Dr. Mundo. I feel like for the first solid 15-20 minutes of this game, Dr. Mundo is going to be essentially completely
Yeah.
untouched. Will be free to do really whatever he wants. I don't know exactly. Maybe if you can put the Camille into the Dr. Mundo, you can win out on that early lane. But if Dr. Mundo ends up making through the early game unscathed, I think Blue Side might have a hard time there.
Yeah, definitely. This Camille can't do that much true damage until like level 16, where her damage on her Q actually gets fully 100% converted, but we'll have to see. I mean, Mundo now, I think looking a bit scarier with the new items, with the new Heartsteel, with the new Warmogs. I think he's just going to have so much AD from his E. I guess that's why they nerfed it, but
Wait, I kind of read the patch
we'll
notes.
see.
I thought that the Heartsteel and the Warmog exchanges were nerfs. Wait, did I like completely misread the patch notes?
Uh, so, maybe like to some champions, but I think for Mundo it's beneficial. I think it's can't remember the Heartsteel changes exactly, but I know that Warmogs now gives you 10% bonus health based on your bonus health. So basically a 10% increase to your bonus health.
This is true, yeah.
Um, so he'll just end up getting a lot more health than anticipated. And of course, the more items he gets, the more health items, he's just going to have more AD. Um, And yeah, he'll definitely be going where he pleases at that point. But we'll see. And yeah, I'm looking forward to whether Now You See have an answer to that. I'm hoping they do. Then we'll have an interesting game on our hands.
All right, give me a second. I gotta put up the prediction for this game.
I mean, cast a prediction. I'd probably say Red side are definitely
Yeah, I'm
favored.
going all in
Jamiqua.
on Jamiqua for this one.
Yeah.
But
Hey, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. You know.
yeah, we've got decimated chat saying that maybe there's a world where all three people on blue side could zone off the Mundo level 1 entirely. From my experience playing against Mundo, I definitely feel like if the Mundo doesn't respect me, then I can usually on most decent laning champions bully the Mundo, poke him a lot. But Mundos who are willing to pay respect, I find that they can tend their Q is on a short enough cooldown that I find that they just stand 2 screens away and then Q minions for the last hit. And it's like it's not like I really want to walk in front of the minion and block the Q because that thing can deal like 200 damage if I have a lot of health. So I tend to think that Mundo's actually like pretty good into losing matchups. That he's one of the better champions at dealing with not being able to necessarily walk up to a wave.
Yeah. And he's just an irritant late game. If he gets like 1 or 2 items, like if it goes late, he's just going to be annoying. He's going to be headbutting your towers. But we'll see how he fares here. And curious what he's going to build as well. Obviously, it's a new season, so everyone's cooking. But yeah, excited for this game, and especially the Syndra Orianna. I wonder if they're going to match up against each other. How close will that matchup be? It's going to be interesting, especially if the ranks are as they are. Not sure how they'll fare, but I want to believe in Now You See. But I think that Jamiqua will win.
Maybe I'd believe them a little bit more if they knew how to spell their name right. Wow, would you look at the channel point bet? We have 22,000 points for Jamiqua and 30 points for Now You See. So if Now You See wins this game, whoever placed that 30-point bet is going to. Well, we got a 500 for Now You See at the very last second, but still, whoever if Now You See wins, the 2 people who bet on that team are going to get a huge payout. That's going to be insane.
Yeah. That is quite the odds. But most gamblers quit before they hit big, so we'll see how it goes.
Hey, gamblers already got eliminated, alright, so you don't have to rub it in.
Wait, there's a team called Gamblers?
There's a team called Gamblers, yeah.
I did not know that.
Wow, didn't do your research, that's
Oh, dear. Oh, I researched the champ pools for today, I'm doing my part.
Yeah, bro signed up for 2 matches and studied 2 matches.
Exactly. I only study the part of the exam that I need to, right? That's the strategy.
So what are we thinking about the skin choices here? I see the skinless Orianna. I'm going to assume that Shamrock Malphite, their account, they probably only own 1 skin, I'm hoping.
Yeah, and it's probably Shamrock Malphite. Yeah, I mean, I like Arcana Camille. The Jin skin is definitely better, that's for sure. Rageborn Mundo, I have that one. It's not corporate there, so it's unfortunate. I mean...
I'm also a big fan of Mundo. That's one that I've always enjoyed seeing.
Is that the one with the paper bag on his head?
I don't know, but that's the one that's called Mundo, so...
I can't remember it, but probably a banger, who knows. But yeah, the Syndra also got a skin that I have, so maybe Jamiqua are my representatives in this tournament.
Right, so we've only got 1 Demolish. Camille has Demolish, nobody else has it.
Real. Even Mundo.
Yeah, everybody else kind of opted for some of the more laning-oriented runes. Especially the Mundo has Fleet Footwork as well. I wonder if that was intentional. We see 6 teleports coming out, so people realized pretty quickly yesterday, I think that teleport is definitely a valuable spell to have in these kinds of games.
Yeah.
No smites coming out, although in this game I don't necessarily know who could have taken smite. I think that Mundo would have been decent with it because he does have the enhanced monster damage. You might think that Wukong would be good with the smite, but Wukong's jungle clear is actually kind of pitiful. Even though he's a strong jungler, his clear is definitely not one of his strong suits, so I can understand why they didn't want to take it there.
Yeah, no smites all around, but the TPs, I mean, I know I saw a backdoor yesterday, so maybe we'll see more of that today. Got the Syndra matching up against the Orianna as expected, and Wukong versus Jin. That is gonna be interesting if the Jin can play his space and keep his spacing good. He can maybe poke down this Wukong, but once this Wukong stacks enough armor, the longer trades are definitely not gonna go in Jin's favor.
Yeah, Jin should be pretty happy until level 6, I think, but at that point it's gonna be definitely a closer match. So it's all about whether Jin can get a strong advantage before that point. I think these lanes are actually, at least in terms of the early game, you'd have to be pretty happy to be blue side. You'll have push in bot and top, and then mid kind of that control mage handshake. It'll just come down to who's the better player.
Yeah. And Jin opting for Comet, I've just realised. Could it be AP Jin? Who knows? Probably not, but you know, we can dream. And Camille gonna go for an all-in here. Trading onto the Mundo with the level up timer. Very nicely played there from Olos. And Anti-Jenny forced to retreat.
So how do you feel about the Orianna Syndra matchup? I feel like this is a matchup that we've seen probably like hundreds, if not thousands of times in pro play. I tend to think personally that it's actually, if you're not at the highest level of play, that is Syndra favored usually. I think that Syndra has that slight range advantage, which helps out. When you get the higher and higher you get in the ranks, the more of an even matchup it comes out. But in this kind of game where the players are you know, more of that low to mid elo range, I would expect Syndra to be pretty happy.
Yeah, for sure. I think Syndra is definitely more favored in the range department, but Orianna is definitely one of the more annoying champs to play against mid if they're able to bully, but right now it's looking very reversed there, and this Syndra is causing a lot of problems for this Orianna. Not quite the CS lead already. Hopefully the farming under the turret will go well, but
yeah, maybe now you see regretting not picking that Malphite.
Yeah, potentially. Shamrock might be regretting that here, but you never know. If they manage to move on, the Malphite can be unleashed.
Who was the Yasuo player on their team?
On now you see. So it's Olos and Lewis. So yeah, primarily Olos. Who is doing very well in this game. I mean, forcing the Mundo to base already, gonna get the TP advantage, but if she's not able to push in this wave, it's not gonna mean too much, and she'll probably have to TP as well, unless she takes the risk. But right now, this bot lane matchup is looking fairly even. The CS slightly in favor of Camille, but once this Mundo catches the wave, it should be even again. And top lane also slightly in favor of Wukong actually, but
yeah. Now, important to note, Camille and Mundo, they traded that Ignite for the Flash, and that'll be important because they're gonna get that Ignite back around maybe like late level 6 or level 7. The Mundo won't have Flash again, so maybe we could be seeing an Ignite plus R all-in to kill the Mundo. Keep an eye out for that.
yeah, the Camille threat with ult is gonna be scary for the Mundo. Obviously, gonna have to make sure she lands the E first, otherwise I'm pretty sure her ult doesn't lock him in, right?
So Mundo's making a move somewhere, gonna potentially try to stop the dragon, but no, just backing away. Mundo is one of those champions who I think even without Smite, even without Jungle Pet, could try to take that dragon early, because those cleavers, those are gonna do like 400, 500 damage to the dragon each until it gets to like maybe under half health.
We're seeing an all-in from the Camille. Gonna pull out there. Worried about the minion damage maybe. They do more damage this season, so understandable. And mid, beautiful trade from the Syndra once again, seeing a repeat of what we saw earlier really in the mid lane, but and the same goes for bot lane. This Camille slowly taking control of this lane with the Sheen as well. Definitely gonna be a scary situation for Mundo, especially if she reaches 6 soon.
I'm a big fan of the minion changes so far, with the two changes being that Cannon Wave is on wave 4 now, and the minions do more damage to each other so they crash a bit faster. Camilla's ult here, maybe she could go for an all-in.
Close here, the final Q gonna finish off the Mundo. That's first blood. That is one of the 3 feats claimed by Now You See, and you know, they are currently smoking the doubters. I've got to say, they are taking over taking command of this game. The only problem is mainly in mid. The CS gap is just widening, just like the gap between the West and the East in professional play.
Hey, come on! Don't be sleeping on the West now. They've got now that they've got the Brazilian teams are looking promising. You know, that one team they've got Coach Seal and Trimby. They're definitely gonna win Worlds, right?
Yeah, true. Wait, Trimby moved to South America?
Yeah. Trimby plays for VKS now. Yeah, Wukong just went for the all-in on the Jhin, got the kill. That's kind of what I was saying. As soon as Wukong gets level 6, it becomes much harder for the Jhin to play.
Very ult-reliant champion, Wukong, and I think I'm seeing Jhin going Mana Moon here. Not 100% sure, but I think so. Still got his pot. Not sure whether he bought that now or whether that's from early game. And, yeah, mid lane doing his best to get as much CS as possible, but definitely not enjoying this matchup right now.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard of Comet Manamune Jhin before. I'll be interested to see if it does any damage past the 10-minute mark.
Well, you know, there could be a cookbook involved in this strategy, and
yeah, you know, I'm trying to scratch my head on what the strategy could be, and you know, the only thing that I'm thinking of is that Manamune gives a lot of attack damage, so maybe if Jhin starts buying some crit and attack speed items afterwards, and his passive, which kind of works like an AD death cap almost, maybe the math checks out. I'm gonna assume not, but maybe it does. Maybe Disbelief has spent some more time in practice tool than I have.
Yeah, potentially. We don't know what these Lions are cooking nowadays. You know, the Ezreal blue build, I'm pretty sure, apparently came from like a gold player or something. So,
yeah, did you see that the new flavor of the month Ezreal build has been AP Ezreal? With the new Axiom Arcanist rune.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah. Didn't even think of that. Oh, the Wukong all in and the flash. Baiting the Jhin, making him think, oh, I'm going back. And then swiping up the kill. It cost him his flash though, but it's definitely worth it. He's going to be able to push out this wave and maybe get a plate. Now the Camille roaming mid, going to try and secure the kill on this Syndra. Doesn't have the second Q yet, but manages to claim it. But I don't think that is exactly worth it, and somehow has a shutdown.
Yeah, the wave is
like the new shutdown system.
fairly good for blue side though, so you know you're not going to be too disappointed with that. I think it would be a completely different story if it was pushing towards red side. Then the Syndra would be super happy, but the way that it stands, that might have been about even.
Yeah, potentially so. I mean, the shutdown going to Syndra, I think the last person you want more kills to go to is the Syndra. They seem to be on fire right now, claned. Usually playing as Thrashari, so this is quite a change for them, but guarantee he's got some experience under the belt with this champion.
Yeah, but you know, we were saying in Champion Select that that blue side's best chance of winning this game is most likely going to be that Camille getting accelerated, so I think you might be pretty happy to get the kill on Camille as well.
Very, very true. And we'll see how they utilize it. There's going to be a 3-man on Grubs now. Jhin going to be pushing this bot tower though, and Camille pushing top. Will they know it's happening? They know the Syndra's missing.
It is Jhin, so not exactly going to be the fastest in terms of turret taking speed. I think at most he'll maybe get 2 plates. I would say trading 2 plates with the Void Grubs is potentially worth it. Depends on how aggressive you are.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it impacts as the late game goes. Oh, right now all we can do is guess, but Shamrock Malphite looking to turn it around. Beautiful there. He's just imagining how quick he could have killed it if he was playing AP Malphite, but, you know, honestly gorgeous for him to take back control of the lane a little bit. Now we're seeing an all-in from the Wukong. The ultimate being used, and this Camille cannot do much to him yet. Gonna have to recall there.
Taking everything inside me right now not to criticize Wukong's mechanics right there, but you know, we'll let it go, we'll let it go. He almost got the kill, he got a lot of lane pressure, he's gonna get some plates.
Might not be the trade you're looking for on Jhin. The bone saw's coming out. Mundo goes where he pleases, and he's gonna take a kill onto the Jhin. The Jin's having a very, very hard time of playing any sort of game right now. Played against the Wukong. Didn't have a good time.
Yeah, I think that's about what we expected from Mundo. You know, he can do that to either Jhin or Orianna as the game progresses. The Camille was not able to set him far enough behind.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a little bit problematic. He's got the Swifties. Nobody else really opting for boost. I think Jin's realizing he may have made a mistake in that. Gonna be picking up the tier 1s now.
Okay, so what the fuck is Jin's build? He has the Warhammer and the tier as if he's building Metamune, and then he went Serrated Dirk, so it makes me think he's like going for a Ghostblade rush or something instead. Oh wait, I don't even think Ghostblade builds out of Warhammer anymore. What the hell does Warhammer Dirk build it to these days? He used to build it to like 3 items.
I honestly could not tell you. All I know is, you know, Jin Mastery, we've got to trust him, okay? We are currently in disbelief, but maybe soon we will be believers.
Yeah, I guess the tier is just, it's an accessory, it's a cosmetic.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Shamrock Malphite forced to reset again, I assume, by this Syndra. And the Grub's already doing work. Mundo able to pick up a plate on bot there after killing the Jin, and maybe Syndra's able to get another one here. But right now, this is looking very in favor of Red Team. They've managed to pick up the Grubs. They've gotten quite a lot. Well, not a lot more kills, but they've gotten quite a few kills.
Yeah, maybe not progressing the game as fast as I would want them to. I mean, like, you already took those first Void Grubs, which means that you've got one of the 3 stacks needed for the feat of strength. Let's see if Jin can get the skill. But as I was saying,
JMQ did a lot of damage.
Ooh, did the solo kill here?
Oh
wow, the E shield.
The shield.
Syndra has flash.
Is he
doesn't
out?
even need to use it.
Oh dear. Oh, okay, we're fine. That JMQ is hitting. I think he maybe preps the minions, gets them low, gets the 4 bounce onto the champion, and it just like really hurts them. Maybe that's the strat. I think Lethality Jin would probably do the same, but you know, the tier maybe just has some impact there that we don't know about.
Look at Camille looking for a flank on the Syndra.
Drop coming out.
Nice juke on the E.
Hextech ultimatum, and that is a free kill for Olas. The TP a little too late, maybe. Gonna follow up, but it is the Wukong, so I would definitely be getting it out of there ASAP. Wukong ult used, hookshot not able to get the response he wanted. Ola's gonna be taken down by this Wukong. This Wukong is 3-0-0. He is looking a little bit terrifying, and we'll have to see how will Jamiqua use that to their advantage.
Well, if the action can stop for, you know, any period of 20 seconds, we've got a high action map, but yeah, what I was gonna say was that I would hope that the Red side would maybe look to prioritize this dragon a little bit. Usually the dragon stats not gonna matter at all, but when you secure those first Void Grubs, that means that you only need 2 more objectives to finish out the feats of strength. So I was thinking maybe the dragon would be nice and easy to take at this point in the game. You just take it just to get that second stack.
Not sure which Atacam this will be. Probably Voracious, but obviously spawning on bot side where the absolute bloodbath has been today. Of course, a lot of deaths in top 2, but primarily lots of fighting from the Camille and the Jin Mundo in the bot lane. And Camille maybe looking for an all-in, chasing down the Mundo, using the Trinity Force movement speed to her favor. Beautiful hook shot, the follow-up Q just not enough to take down the Mundo. He'll be resetting and taking a breath after almost being taken down there by Olos.
Yeah, Mundo could have agreed for one more wave, maybe wanted to wait for that TP to come back, but he could get Dove here, he needs to be careful. Not level 11 yet, so that ultimate's only going to give him 20% max HP.
And good night to Disbelief. Unfortunately, not able to dodge the Syndra combo there, and just life taken immediately by the ultimate. Now Mundo gonna take the reset, maybe got the item he wanted, his Heart Steel.
Yeah, I really think Camille should have dove that. I think without Mundo being level 11, he's not going to survive that even after clicking R.
Yeah, probably not. This Camille is quite strong. Got the Trinity Force already. Now the Mundo got his own Heart Steel. The only one we're waiting for is the Sacred Jin. He may have delayed himself a little bit. He's got the Swifties. But we're hoping to see and find out the answer to everyone's question: what is the Jin building? Yeah, I mean, Olos really can't do much to Benji here. Benji got the ult, and Wukong ult is quite the demonic one. I mean, hey, Jin is not missing those minions. All in here, hookshot used. I don't think that engages the strategy. I think you want to try and bait out the hookshot if possible without using ult, but hey, what do I know? Good attempt from the Wukong regardless. Forces out something at least. The Jin now looking to trade onto the Mundo, but this Mundo is not really caring for it whatsoever. Hookshot maybe could have been used on the Wukong there, but able to escape with her life. She's definitely being shrunk down, could maybe be dove. Beautiful damage here from the Jhin. Not sure whether it's going to matter against the regen of Mundo, but what are your thoughts so far, Poro?
My thoughts are that Orianna is about to be killed by the Syndra again. The Syndra just seems to be clicking R on squishy champions off cooldown and picking up kill after kill.
Yeah, that seems to be the Syndra's main strategy for sure, and dealing a lot of damage in doing so. I mean, not sure how this damage graph will look. It's definitely Camille, Wukong, and Syndra fighting for it. The hookshot gonna whiff! Oh my goodness, and the Ignite's not gonna take long enough. Triumph.
Yeah, and that one's gonna
save
sting.
the
I mean, like, you're down 3k gold, getting that shutdown would have felt really good, but now, all of a sudden, I mean, like, Wukong's gonna get this turret. That means that the feat of strength is going to go to the red side.
Yeah, red side seem to be taking over this game. Sad to say, oh, he's gone hubris. Well, at least we finally got the answer to our question. It will be Jhin hubris first item. Not sure how well that's going to scale at this stage of the game.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too much hubris coming from disbelief.
Yeah. But you know, I'll be happy if he proves me wrong. Looking forward to see if this gets any closer, but right now red side seem to be dominating. I think now they're probably just going to look to take another objective for the sake of it. They've got the feats. They can maybe just push out bottom mid and take this Drake, or maybe go on to Herald even if they want to, but we'll see how it goes.
The big problem that I'm seeing is that even if you get that 3v3 that blue side would want, where they get the ball delivery system and the Camille can shockwave all three of them, the Wukong and the Mundo are tanky enough that they're probably just not going to die to the combo, and at that point I think red side just has too much gold, can probably win the fight anyway.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a hard fight to win, especially 3v3. You definitely have the combo on the side of the blue side, but when you're this far behind, it's not really going to matter, unfortunately. Instant TP top there from the Syndra, making sure nothing's lost and trying to capture the waves. Very nice. Orloz looking for a way to claw his way back into this game. Maybe killing the Wukong is the angle, but I don't think there's much chance of that without some assistance. And the Herald being started up, I'm not sure whether I favor this strategy. Mundo, Syndra versus Orianna, Jhin.
Big double stun.
Oh dear.
Yeah, now I did misspeak. I thought that red side got the feats of strength. I forgot that it was actually blue side who got that first blood. So no feat of strength just yet. Red side needs to take one more objective for that.
Well, there we go. They'll be looking forward to doing that. Oh, the Camille almost killing. Oh my god. Delete the VOD. Wukong not gonna be happy to see that flash again.
That's definitely what that Camille would have wanted.
Yeah, that is a big shutdown for the Camille. Maybe there is an angle for blue side to come back into this game. The hubris on Jhin. Will he manage to stack it up and become a demon? Who knows? I want to believe, I do, but I'm not too sure. Almost collecting the feats of strength now.
Yeah, no, Syndra misses the scatter of the week. This could be a kill. Got the hit.
Yeah, good ward, honestly, to know that this Camille is coming. Well played from the Syndra. Respecting vision, despite the 3v3, of course, it's still important. And yeah, I mean, seeing this Jhin against this Mundo again, I'm not sure that this Mundo gives a care in the world to this Jhin's damage at all. Heart still completed, and that's all he needs. And scatter the week once again, followed up. I mean, this Syndra is so strong right now. She can just go wherever she wants. She is basically Mundo now. She's terrifying.
Yeah, however, sending two people mid means that blue side will be able to pick up a turret in the bot lane, it looks like.
Yeah, objective bounty claimed, and the Voracious Artican is on the map now.
Let's see if Camille goes for a hero play here. She's eyeing up that Rift Herald.
Well, hope for her sake, I do not think that is very doable. Of course, you can kill one person on Camille, but trying to kill two very big people is very difficult. But maybe look onto the Syndra here. That hookshot is not going to land. Following up best she can. I mean, that true damage, that Cho'Gath ult is lethal, but not lethal enough to take down Clan.
Yeah, one more of those on the Syndra would be able to get the shutdown. Camille's eyeing it up. Let's see. Does have the ultimate.
Syndra's still with Flash though. Not too sure how that'll work out. I think the Camille maybe knows. But they're getting a little greedy there.
Syndra paying a lot of respect.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, we just crashed a Herald onto a 5 health turret.
I think that turret may have died through other means. Oh, Benji still looking to fight this without the ultimate. Not sure how that's going to go for him. I do not think he wins. This Camille is very strong. The clone used, and he's able to outplay the Camille there.
Yeah, Camille didn't know where to
it
throw the
seems to be
Q3.
falling apart. Hmm?
Yeah, Camille didn't know where to throw that Q3 after Wukong used the clone.
Yeah. Good utilization of the clone. I did not believe he could do it without the ultimate, but he is just that strong at this point. He's got the triumphant tabby. And yeah, it's not looking great for blue side. And it will seem to continue in favor of red unless some miracle play can occur onto the Syndra, get that shut down. But I'm not sure many miracles are available now.
Well, if there was going to be a miracle, it'd have to
NYC.
come through the Camilla who just finished that Ravenous Hydra, so big 2-item power spike coming in for her. Maybe she'll just have to try to full send it on the Syndra if she can catch her out, but other than that, this game's starting to look pretty over.
Yeah, definitely very scary. Syndra gonna elect to buy an elixir of sorcery. She feels that far ahead. And I don't think they want to be taking this fight at Voracious Atacon, because, I mean, Syndra has the sorcery palm, a disbelief, oh my goodness. That ward is not good enough, pal, and the Wukong, but he used the ultimate to get the kill there. Don't think he even needed to, but we'll see if now the team knows how to avoid it, and that is beautiful. There we go. How humanity evolves. Learning how to avoid the Atakan's abilities. This one still does a lot of damage, it seems. But primarily dodging that circle is going to keep you healthy. Still going to take a while though with 2 people. Would have definitely appreciated the Wukong's help, and we could be seeing Mundo getting taken down. Going to use the ultimate. That is disrespectful in some way.
Damage. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this Atakan is very strong. But now with 3 people, it should be completely finished, and they should be able to take a reset here now. And I think honestly, if they just run down lane, there is nothing that blue side can do. Even if Syndra dies, it doesn't matter. Syndra isn't going to give the shutdown. She's just going to TP back, and then they're just going to play it again until they get that inhibitor.
Maybe a little bit questionable to go for the Cloud Drake. I don't know if that's going to help out their game plan too much.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit of a time waste to some degree, but maybe
You've
he
only
wants to
got
actually
2.5
out of
minutes
combat
to
movement
use
speed.
Otacon buff, so if they're going to want to end the game,
Yeah.
they've got to do it now.
Definitely think they could 3-man mid here. The Jin damage coming out onto this Syndra with the Orianna. They have 3 mid, but they need to answer the Wukong in some way, forcing them to split. Fairly good strategy here from Jamiqua. And it's Camille versus Wukong. We've seen this time and time again. It's gone both ways once, but seems for now Camille is going to focus on catching the wave. The flash forward from the Syndra gets scattered. The weak Jin forced to flash away. Now Mundo going where he pleases, killing this Orianna. More terrified of Voracious Atacon than her. And now as he flashes onto the Jin, going to get the Heartsteel auto attack. I think this game is over.
Yeah, strong performance coming up from both the Wukong and the Syndra. Gonna finish up this game in a clean 25 minutes. Didn't even need the Otacon buff.
Yeah, no consolation prize here for Now You See. Still an enjoyable game to watch. Nice to see how people are using the Atacon now and, you know, learning how to avoid its damage, but despite that, not Wukong, Mundo taking a lot of damage from it. But it is one scary buff to fight.